A few weeks ago, at the end of May, in fact, with a colleague, Sydney Holt, we decided that the chair's proposal looked extremely worrying to us. So we started to talk to our contacts around the world, other marine experts, and we started to, we realised that other people were concerned about this. So we offered them a statement, which we then refined a little bit by talking to some of them. That statement is now being passed on mainly by colleague to colleague, and it has over 200 people sign on to it, including some quite important scientists and of course many whale experts and whale specialists.
And what does it say?
Well, essentially it says that the history of whaling is one which has been very difficult. It's been very difficult to manage that, and it says that we have a whole series of new threats now going on. And because of all these new threats, it would be much better if the IWC focuses its time on the non-lethal use of whales and stops experimenting with lethal use, because that's essentially what we're doing. And I guess the sort of backdrop to this is that the more we learn about whales, the more we know that we don't understand. These are animals which are very difficult to study, very expensive to study, which is often not taken into account, and they are really not animals that should be subjected to attempts at sustainable use if you don't need to. And in the case of commercial whaling, you don't need to do that.
What do you think about the IWC right now and its negotiations behind closed doors? What do you say to that?
Well, as a member of civil society, and of course I speak exclusively as the Science Director of the Whale and Dolphin Conservation Society here, we can't possibly support things going behind closed doors. There have been 2 years now of closed door meetings. There's tremendous pressure on delegations to try and agree something here, and that's a very, very dangerous, very high pressure situation, and it's extremely worrying. A resumption of commercial whaling endorsed by the IWC would send signals all around the world, and I would expect other nations then to move in and actually start whaling.
Can the resumption of commercial whaling still be stopped at this meeting?
I think we'll know in a couple of days. I don't think it's possible to say right now whether commercial whaling is going to be resumed by something which happens at this meeting, by a deal being agreed. But it's certainly, at this point, on this day, during this meeting, which is now behind closed doors, I think it's a real possibility.